Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. I'm Jason, this fuzzy one right here is Freya. We're bringing you today's video. Don't you groan at me. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite authors, an author I've talked about many times in the past, and we're just going to talk about a different series of his. So guys, as always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Small family channel, just love to talk about books. We want to bring books, bring authors, bring entertainment to you guys. We're going to keep doing it no matter what, but all those likes and subscribes just help and are really appreciated. So today I want to talk about John Ringo. I've talked about him many times in the past. One of my favorite authors, incredible author. And I want to talk about his Looking Glass series. So I've got right in front of me, Into the Looking Glass. I've got the other ones, back there, Vorpal Blade, The Claws to Catch, stuff like that. I just want to talk about the series as a whole. It's absolutely fantastic if you like science fiction. John Ringo writes incredible science fiction, and what he's really good at is the military side of science fiction. He writes military science fiction, and it makes sense because Ringo's a vet, and of all the books and all the authors that I've ever read, John Ringo has the best insight into a soldier's mentality. The conversations that go on between his military characters, not just in this series, but in the Opposing Wars series, the Council Wars series, the Legacy of Aldenata series, which is Opposing Wars, and the Council Wars, the way he writes the mentality and the conversations between the characters, people that have not been in, I'm not going to say haven't been in the military, I'm going to say haven't been in combat arms military MOSs. To them it doesn't really seem real, but trust me guys, it is. Those kind of conversations and interactions, absolutely. In one of his books, not this one, in one of the Legacy of the Aldenata books, they actually have characters that are on a battlefield sitting on a corpse, propping their feet up on another corpse while lighting a cigarette and cracking some very black humor jokes in the middle of a battlefield after years and years of combat. Yeah, absolutely. And just again, he just writes the military side so well. What I found awesome with the Looking Glass series is that he also puts some heavy science into it. This book, this series started before our scientists actually found the Higgs boson particle, when it was still theoretical. It was called the God particle. We actually found it since, but when it was still a theoretical particle, John Ringo used it as the jumping off of this series, of the Looking Glass series. And he puts some heavy science in there again, but one of the things I like about it is the fact that he puts heavy science in it, because it's science fiction. It's science fiction. Science fiction. There should be science in your science fiction. Otherwise, it's a bunch of hand-wavium, and a lot of science fiction, honestly, is fantasy. Because there's almost no science involved in it whatsoever. Most of them, they are far future fantasy is what they are. John Ringo, he writes science fiction. Of course, there has to be unrealistic things to make it, the science fiction side of it, and the weapons and stuff like that. But they're all grounded in theory, theoretically. Sorry, I couldn't resist the pun. And the Looking Glass series, awesome. The main character is in the first book is pretty he's one of the main characters throughout. He's interesting. He's interesting. Multiple degrees, doctorates, masters, bachelors, hand-to-hand combatant, I believe martial arts of some sort, mountain climber, bike rider. It seemed pretty crazy until in the second book, Ringo reveals his co-author that helped him write the book, who has multiple PhDs and master's degrees and bachelor's degrees and state champion martial artist and mountain climber and biker. So, the character is actually based off of a real person. Definitely a Renaissance man for sure. But there's a lot of characters in this book, a whole bunch of characters in this book, and in the series, I should say, because only the first book really occurs on Earth. Then after that, then they go into space with their ship, the Vorpal Blade, and the first book is basically demon invasion kind of thing. They the portals that open up, and how are they going to close them, the portals that we accidentally open up, and how are we going to close them, and these beings that are coming through, and aliens and such like that. And then from there we end up using alien tech and stolen alien stuff, and building our own ships and going out and exploring, or building one ship, going out and exploring, and then from there, after the first book, it kind of shifts over to your Space Marines kind of book, and it's again, it's pretty awesome. Just John Ringo's writing is just fantastic, and the Looking Glass series is great writing. 3 books so far. I'd like to say that the fourth will be coming up at any given moment, but unfortunately, as we know, he doesn't like to finish his series. But he ends up starting a whole nother awesome series. So, typical John Ringo, like I said, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's a great read. So much fun. So, guys, check it out. You got to check it out. Go check out the Looking Glass series. And if you guys enjoyed the Looking Glass series, you should check out his Troy Rising series. Similar. I know I've talked about the Troy Rising series already. It's got some similar aspects to it in that we're dealing with alien races, alien beings, alien empires, stuff like that, and we trying to do our thing. But more with our modern technology. The Troy Rising series is pretty cool because the character Tyler is basically defends the Earth just using money. I mean, that's basically it. He uses money and a little bit of technology. Uses a little bit of technology that we get from the aliens, artificial intelligence especially, and then mobile fabricators, stuff like that. But for the most part, especially like the Troy itself, it's things that theoretically we could do if we had the money that he throws at the problem. So if you like the Looking Glass series, you'd love the Troy series. If you like the Troy Rising series, you got to check out the Looking Glass series. If you like the Legacy of Aldenata series, you're going to like pretty much anything John Ringo writes, so you might as well just go read everything that he writes. John Ringo is just an incredible author. So thank you everybody for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.